All right, my friends across the world, this is episode 5 of Pure Muscle Radio that I'm co-hosting with Big Mike Van Wyck and the guest today, the giant killer, Mr. O212, Shaun Clarida. How you doing?
What's up, my man? Good to see you guys.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, we go way back, right?
I was literally, before I got this podcast, I was like, damn, when did I first meet Antoine? It was like 2009. And then you came to my house in 2000, I think it was 10. And we went to my gym, we trained, and you came back and you passed out for a couple hours.
On your floor. Yeah. And you've known Mike too a little bit, right?
Yeah, a little bit for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, back in the animal days, Universal days.
Yeah.
The Cage. I think the first time I met you was at maybe at the Cage in 2011 or something, like my first year. Yeah.
I think it was when was it the year Stan Efferding was in the Cage?
Yeah.
Yep.
I bet I had to do my body weight for reps.
Oh my God.
I was like 70 pounds heavier than everybody in the contest. I was like, how is this fair? I got to bench 315 for as many times as
my God. That's crazy. So what's new?
Dude, it's been crazy. I mean, it kind of like, it's like since the Olympia, just a lot of traveling, a lot of appearances, just interviews like this. Like tonight I have another meet and greet at my gym.
Oh,
it's been awesome. It's been surreal. I mean, lots of attention, which is great. Lots of, again, appearances. But I'm starting dieting again, like this month. Like the Olympia is coming right up. I feel like I just got off stage.
How many weeks out?
We're like 25 or something like that weeks out.
Yeah, but when you say diet down, you're always in good condition. What changes at 25?
We'll just start cleaning the diet up a little bit more, be more strict to the diet, so no more cheat foods at all. I'll start adding in a little bit of cardio because in the off season I do no cardio whatsoever.
Yeah.
I'll start adding like 3-4 days of cardio, like 15-20 minutes a day. And then we'll start cranking at like 16.
How do you feel? How do you feel going into this prep now compared to the last year at this time or this period last time?
I mean, again, I wish I had a little bit more time for a little bit more off-season time to grow a little bit more.
Yeah.
But when I think about it, it's an even playing field. We all have the same schedule, so no one has more time than anyone else. And I definitely feel like I've been able to make some improvements in these past couple of months. And if someone like myself, because I don't have to worry about making the weight class, I personally feel like I get better and I grow into the actual show itself. So I'm excited for the show to start prepping actually to kind of just really start ramping things up.
Yeah, it's crazy to see like these guys that are in your category and they like balloon up to like 250. And I come back down. Like I saw a video of Lunsford posing at like 255. I'm like,
oh my
God.
God.
Why are you even going down to that weight? Like,
well, I think it was 25. I think it was 25 pounds of water though.
Oh well, yeah, but like, even still. Like,
no, I was with him in Arizona, and the kid's not far off. And he was definitely like, I think he said he's 255 at the time, and I don't know how he's gonna make 212. Like he'll make it, but again, he realizes he sacrifices a lot of muscle. To make that class.
That's what happens though. Like I think Derek, if there was like a 220 class, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So that's what happens with some of the guys. It's like they kind of in between, like Zane Watson, a little bit like taller than just the weight class is kind of weird for that, but.
Yeah.
For you, it's like it's good because
I'm good.
Oh yeah. Like are you ever gonna be 212 on the dot, you think, one day?
I doubt it.
That'd be big. You'd be a balloon.
Yeah,
what are you weigh right now?
So right now I'm floating with like 204, 205 right now. So I'll probably be on stage this year closer to 180.
Yeah. You're not that far off from 212 now.
So
but that's off season 212.
I know.
So over the years, what's the average weight you've added, stage weight, across the years?
Man, it's like 3 to 6, 7 pounds a year I put on. My first show was in 2005, so 118 pounds. And then I'll say when you and I got together around 2009 or so, I was about 125 pounds. So again, that's another 10 or so pounds put on. And then this year's Olympia, I was at 177 on stage. So, roughly overall, I mean, close to almost 60 pounds of muscle. since I started competing. So for some people, they look at, oh, that's it. It's like, yeah, but it's quality. It's not like it's fat. It's hard muscle. And for me, it's quality. I don't care about more so about trying to look the biggest guy. I want to look like I'm in shape. I have the proportions, symmetry, most definitely the conditioning. So.
Yeah, well, congrats again on last year's win, because I was so happy when you won, because I know how hard you work all the time for all these years. So it must have been great. And Matt Jensen was your coach. And for how long did you work with him?
So I work with Matt now going on 5 years. And I work with John Meadows, going on 6 years.
Yeah, so John training, Matt the diet.
Exactly, yep.
Yeah, awesome. So he still does it, John's crazy training?
Yeah, he's actually going to call me today. We're going to put a plan together for the next couple of weeks as we get into Olympia prep. So,
does he make customs ones for you, or you pick one of his?
No, mine are all custom, just based off of photos and pictures and what he sees and what areas he wants me to improve upon. We'll talk about it. Obviously, we know my upper back needs a little more thickness. My lats, really want my chest to really come up a lot more, which it's just come up a lot since the Olympia. So he kind of would say, well, go back and forth. We look at photos, videos, kind of look at what the judges were saying needed to be improved upon, and then he'll put together a program for me based on that.
Oh, that's great. Usually, John, like, it's the first time I hear of him doing that. Because usually he makes these awesome programs like Creeping Death 1 and 2. Remember those?
Well, no, for sure. It's still the same program, but he'll tweak it for me. Yeah. It's not like a completely different program, no.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, because you've been super consistent all over the years, right?
Mm-hmm.
3 to 6 pounds every year. So, what do you think is the secret to your consistency? Like, what kind of lifestyle are you living? Like, because some people get distracted, they get off and they come back. So, what was your the main factor of your consistency?
Dude, I'm so like locked into this sport and everything around it. Like, I don't hang out with friends. I don't go on vacation. Like, for me, this is 24/7, 365. I live, eat, sleep bodybuilding. And it's bad to say that, but again, you have to realize, like, this has been my dream since forever, and I've accomplished it. So now it's like, I need to really focus on keeping this title for as long as I want. And now that I have it, people are like, I'm hungrier than ever now, because I don't want to let it go anytime soon.
No.
And having a support system definitely helps too. So my girlfriend, she's 100% behind me, and we all know the significant other takes the brunt of our dieting between the mood swings and again not to go out and hang out. She gets it. She understands it. That's how she met me, right? So having a good support system, a good team all around me, and just me being just like you know me, I've always been just like that guy. Despite what people are saying in the background, it's like, oh, that guy's small, or that guy's this or that. Like that was never in my hindsight. It was always this for me. I was always tunnel vision, and that's kind of got me to where I'm at.
That's awesome.
I think a lot of guys nowadays have that, like, they're not lucky to have the support system that guys like you might have. Do you know what I mean? Like, you see a lot of guys in the sport, like we all know, because we're all bodybuilders, like a lot of us are in like volatile relationships, or there's a lot of ups and downs, and you know what I mean? Like, I'm dating this person now, that I met this person, and you know what I mean? It's a very, like, it's an industry that's kind of just like that. And it's like, it's refreshing to see like someone like you who has that support system, and like, so you already have all the ingredients of being driven and focused, and now you have someone behind you that's like, yeah, like, fucking, this is what you're doing. We're doing it with you. You know what I mean? It's hard to find that.
I didn't have it. I mean, I didn't always have it. I've been through other girls while I was competing, and obviously it didn't work out for that particular reason. They just weren't headstrong or just couldn't deal with it. But again, with my current girlfriend, Rosangela, like again, she met me at a show. Like, it's pretty crazy that she met me at a show, and my first date, I guess, was at a gym training together. It was pretty crazy. And then, again, she doesn't compete or anything. No. She was just a girl who was really overweight at one point in time in her life. And she needed to lose a lot of weight, which she did on her own. She lost over 150 pounds. Wow. So she was always locked into the gym, And then when she met me, we just started training together, and just never stopped.
Yeah, you help each other out pretty much.
Yeah, for sure. Motivate each other.
Yeah. So what's maybe she should answer that. When you're prepping, what's like what gets you like on your nerves, like at home?
Dude, everything. Like, she can tell you this, but we don't talk during prep. Legitimately, we don't talk.
Like, at home,
you live in separate areas of the house.
No, literally, like, it's like when she wakes up, like, it's not that bad in the beginning. It's when I'm like 8 to 6 weeks out where things get really bad. So she'll say, hey, I'm leaving, go to, have a good day. She'll leave and go to work. Obviously I work from home. We'll come home. She'll come home. She'll, hey, what are we training today? We'll go to the gym. We train. We don't talk while we train. We never do that. But when we come home, it's literally, she's on this side of the couch. I'm over here. We eat our food. Don't talk still. We'll go to bed, and that's it.
Wow.
Like literally everything like ticks me off. It's bad.
Jeez.
Are you OCD about a lot of stuff? Like you have to have your routine and your do this at this time. That
oh
this
yeah.
time?
Like if I say we're training at 4:30, you better be ready at 4:29 to go. Because that's one thing. Like I'm very anal when it comes to my time because everything's scheduled. My food, my water, my training, like the whole 9 yards. So, and this is why like I don't go out to eat. I don't go to family functions. I don't do any of that because then that stuff gets thrown off.
Yeah, so you don't even bring Tupperware at a family party. You just don't go.
Yeah, exactly. Because what's that, or why are you eating that? And I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it.
So for all this time, they didn't figure out that's what you do.
They all know. They all see what I do. They all follow my stuff, but it's still like they still don't understand like they don't understand the diet part. They'll think that their chicken is clean. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, it's clean. It's chicken. Like, no. That's not the kind of chicken
I don't
eat,
trust you.
Yeah, no. I definitely don't trust them.
Yeah, it's crazy because when somebody would make me a meal and prep, I'd be like, I have anxiety. I'm like watching them and like trying to like micromanage what they're doing from afar. Like,
well, my girl doesn't cook my food at all because of that reason. She only makes my fish for me, but like I'm very like I have to make my own rice, my own turkey, my own beef. Like everything has to be done by me because I know exactly what's in it. I'm not saying I don't trust her, but just again, I'm just that OCD guy that needs to have 100% hands with everything.
Yeah, it's just less stress. It's like it's like you're guessing every bite. It's not fun.
Yeah, exactly.
You see that with all the great bodybuilders though. They all have something. Like we spoke to Jay and he's like, I had to train in this outfit on this body part day. I had to do this. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, as much as it is odd to people outside of the sport, it's like once you're in the sport, like I no longer compete, but I understand as soon as you're talking to me, I'm like, I get it. Like, I don't think it's weird at all. I'm like,
no,
I'm actually jealous. I'm like, you managed to get your girlfriend to not talk to you. It's like
wow.
How was that even possible during a prep? Like,
that's funny.
You need to write a book about that.
Yeah, but Jay had some weird thing that he was doing. He would take a shower before every workout. Why? Is it because but he was doing it before every workout, shower. Is it just to like, it's weird. It's like maybe he was doing it for a little bit and then he just stuck around and he's like, this is a recipe for success. I gotta smell good at the gym.
He also talked about how he'd like walk in the gym and just wasn't feeling it and he'd just leave. Or like he'd come back later. I was like, I could never do that. Like once I'm on the path of going there, it's like full steam ahead. I don't give a shit what's happening.
Yeah. I've done that a couple of times where I've gone in and I just didn't feel it.
Yeah.
And like either I'll switch to workout like to something a little bit easier, or I just go home. Like, nah, not feeling it.
No, I feel like if I go back, there's like a curse. It's going to be on me or something. I don't like it.
Yeah.
So
I just don't want to waste my pre-workout. I'm just like up, ready to go. Like, I don't know if I can handle this twice in one day. I just got to go right now.
Yeah. So with all because you worked with Matt for 5 years, before that, who was doing your diet? Which coaches did you work?
Right before Matt, I was working with John for everything, with diet stuff. Yeah. But the reason why I stopped working with John for my diet because I felt bad because we were competing against each other. So I don't know if you remember, John's first pro show was a show I won. So I beat him at his first pro show but he prepared me for that. And I just felt like I didn't feel right about it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I just let him just take over the training only, and I hired or brought on Matt for my nutrition.
Yeah, I'm sure John didn't mind at all.
Yeah, I think I tried. I think I explained to him the reason why. It wasn't anything personal. I just didn't feel right. Like hey, I need you to prepare me to beat you on stage. Like
God.
It just felt weird.
Yeah.
How was your training prior to like you getting with John or getting on like kind of this road that you're on? Like when you were young, when you first started out, like what was your training like compared to now?
Yeah, so when I was younger, it was pretty much, the same way I train now as far as hard and heavy. I wore the baggy sweatpants and the t-shirts back in the day. I was training one body part a day. That's all I was doing. But it would get to a point where I end up being in the gym for like 2.5, 3 hours, just like well, what do I do next? So what should I do next? So back then it was always like more, you know?
Mhm.
But as you grow more into the sport and realize your physique is going in a certain direction, whereas like you're a little bit more top heavy than bottom heavy or vice versa. So I felt like I needed a coach to kind of come in to help balance things out more, you know, to look at me and say, hey, we need to work on this more than this. Because if I'm still doing my own diet or still doing my own training, again, I'll be in it for 3-4 hours. And you know that, you know, less is better, right?
So you needed someone to pull the reins in on you. And
exactly.
Because, that's a good problem to have, though, to like have someone you'd almost want as someone as a client who's doing too much, because you want to be able to like pull it back, as opposed to like, man, you need to step on the fucking gas. Like, you're lazy as shit. You know what I mean? Like,
and I mean, I probably could have put on more muscle earlier in my career if I wasn't burning myself out in the gym as much either. Same thing with cardio. I would go in the gym because I'm also a wrestler back in the day. So we're always used to being lean, right? So I always felt like I had to be the hardest, most shredded guy on stage to win. And again, I was always doing more cardio than I needed. So obviously, again, bringing Matt and John both in to kind of just, again, like you said, bring things down a little bit more and kind of keep me in check is what I needed. So,
yeah, remember that
wrestle for?
What's that?
How long did you wrestle for?
So I wrestled in high school for 2 years, and then I went to college in 2001, and I wrestled for Rider University for like 2.5, 3 years, and that's kind of when I switched over to bodybuilding then.
You just came in with like hard work and dedication ingrained into you.
Yeah,
wrestlers, man, they're like a different breed of people. They are like
exactly, and then you get it. So like, I mean, a lot of bodybuilders who were very successful, I think, came from like a wrestling or MMA background, because we're just tuned all. We're all messed up in the head, man. Yeah, like we'll do whatever it takes.
What's that intense focus? You know what I mean? Like that driving towards one singular purpose. It's like it just carries right over.
I think it's also if you do a solo sport like that, you have a self-dialogue all day in your head. So even when you probably like we're training for wrestling and stuff, or MMA fighters, or either in me, I'm sure like all of us who are doing bodybuilding have a weird self-dialogue. Like, if I don't do it this one more set, I'm a pussy. I'm going to lose in life. I'll be a failure. So all day is what you think. So I'm sure the wrestlers are the same.
Yeah, I mean, plus it's wrestling is not a team sport. It's same thing with bodybuilding. I mean, we have a team behind us, but like, it's just us. You know, it's on the mat, it's me and another guy. It's my job to kill that guy. Same thing on stage. It's just me and everyone else around me. It's my job to kill all of them. So that's my mentality from wrestling definitely carried over to my bodybuilding, and what helped me get to where I'm at.
Yeah, Mike did a team sport though. He was playing football for a while, right?
Yeah,
Mike.
But in my head, it was just
same thing.
See one thing,
no, and I loved football. Like, I obviously loved football. I wouldn't have played it, but like as I progressed on in football, even in college, I would always think to myself, I'm like, man, I wish I could just lift the weights and not go out in the field and get my head smashed in. Like, this is way more fun than I just want to get big and walk around. Like,
yeah.
The head smashing. Like, I don't understand how it's like. That's dangerous.
Yeah, the voices in my head aren't too loud anymore, but they're still there from all the head.
At least they're still there. So at 25 weeks out right now, you said you're adding a bit more cardio, clean the diet, no cheat meals. But when you say no cheat meals, do you mean like 0 until the show, or you have like weekly cheats?
So again, for me it's 0, but if Matt looks at my photos and sees that something's flat or things don't look as right, or I kind of let him just tell me what to do pretty much at that point in time. Like, hey, like this past Olympia, for this past one that we won, I was having cheat meals all the way up until like 6 weeks out, because my body was just burning through everything, man. Like, it literally, again, not having to worry about the weight class. We just wanted to stay as full and round as possible. And we always gauge my look by my weight. So he wants to keep me around a certain weight. So in order to do that, he keeps my food very high, keep the calories very high. So I can't always get I mean, I can sit there and eat a whole bunch of rice and, clean calories, or he can allow me to go out and have a cheat meal to one kind of just, get the calories in a lot quicker, or and kind of just reset myself, mentally for getting back to the grind.
What do you find those meals usually are? Like when you do have to have like, or he programs in like these cheats, like what is it that like you generally gravitate towards? Like burger, fries, whatever.
It's pretty simple. Always like a burger and fry. This past year, the one thing he told me, like he went out and said, just have a full day, eat whatever you want all day. I'm like, fuck, what? Like, it was pancakes, it was pizza, with burger, fries. I had what we call the dessert pizza, which is like an actual pizza, but it has like candy and stuff on top. Like I had food all day, but like I only put on like 2 or 3 pounds after that. It wasn't even a lot.
My whole day would be filled with my cookie dealer cookies. I just literally be like, every meal is like,
yeah.
But
Dorian would
again,
never. So Dorian would never let me have a full day like that.
Yeah.
I would like ruin my physique in one day.
Yeah, because Antoine, you don't know how to like moderate yourself, so that's why he does it. It'd be like fucking. He's talking. Shaun's like, "Oh, I ate this." Be like, "I ate all that in one sitting, and then I went somewhere else."
Yeah, better off without that technique.
Yeah. No, that was only a one-time deal. Like that was it. That was just a good reset, and that was it.
That was a good day. Did you talk to your wife then?
Oh yeah, because she was with me.
She's like, "This is great. We haven't spoken in 8 weeks. It's been nice."
Right. So what have you been up to lately? You know?
Oh my God.
How's that side of the couch? It's all right.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even watch TV during prep. It's crazy. Like I don't watch any. Like the TV does not go on. So I have my food in front of me. I have my phone. Check my emails. I may put on a YouTube video, but literally, I'll eat, I'll sleep, I'll eat, I'll sleep, and then go train. Like that's it, my whole day.
Yeah. For some reason, I have like you said, like 6 weeks out and under, or even 8. I can't watch TV. It's like I'm gonna watch TV, then I'm gonna check Instagram, or it's like it doesn't work. It's weird. It's like we're so obsessed with like other shit that we can't even focus on the story.
Yeah, I don't know why. It was just like I think it's like the first year maybe where it's like I don't want to watch TV. Like it's like almost like it's annoying me for some reason. I don't know why.
Because somebody's talking.
Yeah. It's like I'm bad with that, bro. Like that's why I don't allow family to come to my house, because it's like if they're too loud, like I start flipping out. Like I like my shit quiet. I like my house dark, quiet, and that's it.
Wow, you're like a monk.
I mean, I'd be fine, if I had to, if I had to live that lifestyle, I'd be fine. I'm used to it, I guess.
Yeah, it's true.
COVID was an easy transition for you. It's just like, this is how I live. It's like, I'm not seeing people. Honestly, I don't give a shit.
Well,
as long as the gym's open.
That was, I mean, it's crazy to sound. I've said it many times, but COVID year was my best off season ever, because it was literally training, eating, sleeping, and that was it. Like we didn't go out the house. Even if we wanted to, we couldn't. There was nowhere to go. But like I had access to a gym, even though here in Jersey, everything was shut down. It was a private gym, so I had a key. I'll go in. It was just me and her training every single day for 5 months.
Perfect.
It was crazy. It was great.
Yeah. So in your whole career as a pro bodybuilder, what was the biggest mistake or an accident that happened during prep that kind of like freaked you out or something?
I don't know if I've ever had that experience. Anything like something like that kind of that went wrong, maybe, or something. Maybe?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know if anything has ever happened like that. I mean, that was one time. So in Kuwait, I went to Kuwait in 2017, and like a dumbass, I brought all my own food with me because I'm used to having all my own food. But that was a long trip. I didn't realize that my ice packs weren't going to last the duration of that trip.
Oh shit!
So when I got here, I thought my food was still good. Come to find out, so that night I started eating my meals and I started feeling a little weird. So the night before prejudging, I got food poisoning.
Oh no! When was that? When?
It was 2017, but the night before the Kuwait Pro.
Okay.
So I literally overnight I lost about 10 to 15 pounds. I woke up the next morning. Obviously, I was shredded, but I had no fullness. I couldn't hold any food down. I literally, for the entire day of the actual show day, all I had was half a muffin the entire day. So I was calling like I called Rami, I was calling Brandon because they were all there. I was like, dude, I need some Pepto-Bismol or something. Like nothing's staying down. So I'm calling my coach back in the States. He's telling me to pull out of the show. Like, don't do it. You're sick. I don't want you to go out there and, pass out or something. I was like, no, we came this far. I can't give up now. I came all the way out here. But I don't know how the hell I did it, dude, but I ended up placing third behind Ashkenani and Jose Raymond that night. I was the most shredded guy there. So when everyone went out to like celebrate after, I went back to the room and passed out and just kept getting sicker and sicker and sicker.
Oh, shit.
But it got worse. And luckily some kid, I guess, I don't know who the kid was. He got wind that I was sick in my hotel. He sent me like a WhatsApp. So I don't know how he got my number. Be like, hey, I heard you were sick. I got some stuff for you. So he brought me some medicine that, dude, I couldn't even read the fucking label because it was another language.
Yeah.
And I'm like trusting this guy. I'm like, oh, I don't know. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I took it. I started feeling a little bit better. He took me to go get like food, like bread and like liquids and all that stuff to kind of start eating more. And luckily I made it back home and I was fine. And I got home. I was still like super lean from the show, obviously from not only dieting, but just being sick. I ended up getting home, and 2 days later, I was back on a flight. I went to Phoenix and Rope with that to try to get an early qualification. I placed second, but yeah, that was probably the craziest experience, getting food poisoning the night before a show.
Wow, so God bless to that guy.
Yeah, seriously, dude. I was like so like grateful for him. Man. It was nuts.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, hold on, guys.
You hate phones?
Yeah, that because I hate when people call in. It's like, don't call me.
So the exact same way.
Yeah.
It's like when someone calls you, you're like, God damn it. Text me.
Seriously.
This is why the Apple Watch is great for that. That's the thing I love it the most about. You can just like decline.
But your phone doesn't ring at all?
Huh?
Your phone doesn't ring? Your actual phone doesn't ring?
It does, but you can just like in your pocket, you can just stop it on your watch.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, the best.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So we know you recently moved to like Revive after I knew you were NutriBio before and all that stuff. So how has that been with you so far? And like, how, just tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, no, for sure. NutriBio was great, man. I mean, I was looking forward to re-signing with them, but unfortunately, that didn't work out after talking with them. So Dom, obviously, and Matt, I've known for years because obviously Matt's my coach. Mm-hmm. So I've always had the Revive products during prep because Matt's always sent it to me. He's like, hey, I want you using XYZ. But of course, I couldn't really talk about them because I wasn't with the company or I was with the company. But yeah, we had talked about this back in 2019 after I placed third at the Olympia about possibly doing something together, in the future. But again, just timing was just bad all around. Yeah. I was with other companies and it just didn't work out. But luckily, like I said, with NutriBio, not re-signing me this year, it kind of left me open. So, Dom called me right away. Like the day I put that video out that NutriBio and I have separated, Dom called me right away. And we were able to talk and we came to an agreement, and it was just like, they got me down there right away and we signed. It's been great ever since. So this is definitely something that I was looking forward to. Again, it just made sense because one, Matt's my coach. I trust him 100% with everything. He's obviously a co-owner of the company. And two, it was just, I've been using the products this whole time. So I know I like the products. So there's no BS in that aspect. And three, when I got there, it just felt right. Like I was telling someone, like, because I'm with Gas as well, right? The clothing brand. Yeah. Like I told my girlfriend, like, I'm never leaving Gas because I get such a different feeling when I go there. That it's like they're my actual family. Like I go there, I chill, I laugh. There's no walking in eggshells. I can kind of do whatever I want. They take really good care of me when I'm there. Yeah. I felt the same way when I was down in Florida with Revive. Like I walked to the office for the first time and I feel like I've known everybody forever, you know, and they took very good care of me when I was there. Again, we were pumping out tons of content while we were there. And so their goal in their future, their aspirations for me going forward is to really put me, as far as really promoting me as Mr. Olympia, a lot of traveling with them, trying to promote the brands, both Raw and Revive. And, it's exciting, man. I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, I mean, you totally deserve all the accolades and all this respect, man. Like watching you grow, like I've written you privately and talked to you. I was like, I try to be the first one to order your hoodie. No play.
Yeah.
So I was like, I mean, like it's great to see someone like you who like lives the sport. You know what I mean? It's not like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm off doing this and I want to maybe fucking do this and I got this. It's like, no, man, I'm just bodybuilding.
That's
And
it.
I think that's why things work out so well with you. Like you have a good company behind you, have gas behind you. These are all like people you see and you think bodybuilding. You don't think like, oh, they're this and they do a little bit of this. It's like, no, man, it's like it coincides exactly with what you are and who you are. So you can see why it's a good fit.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm happy with everything. Like I said, I have a great team. Everyone's invested 100% into me and bodybuilding. And I feel like that's where I need to be.
Yeah, for sure.
I think I have another sponsor idea for you. You should reach out to them. You know, Father Sons, the nice little dressy shirts and
Dude,
content.
I can't fit any of that stuff. I got a bunch of it and I can't fit any of it.
Oh, you can't?
No, I got a bunch of shit. And it's like, it doesn't fit.
It's like they do 4XL, but I put it on. I'm like, that's not a 4XL.
Yeah, exactly. No,
yeah.
I think their clothes are awesome, but they're definitely not made for bodybuilders, man.
Yeah, but I think it would be great content for you. Just looking into the distance. Shaun Clarida, is like this little.
Do a training video with cufflinks and like just burst the shirt.
Why
that'll take off.
They're always fixing their cuffs. Like, why is that? That was like all the pictures.
It looks good. It looks good.
You look distinguished.
Yeah. So wait, so Raw is like the bodybuilding performance side of Revive. Is that it?
Yeah. So Revive is the help side, and the sports nutrition is Raw. Yep.
Well, that's cool. Yeah. And the first time I heard about Raw, I think it was Nick Walker. It was I think it was one of his posts there. I was like, Raw, what is that? And I looked into it.
You know, they're about less than a year old now, but he was one of the first athletes signed to the company.
Yeah.
Obviously, and they supported him all the way through him getting his pro card till now. And so yeah, no, I definitely was. I'm not gonna say I knew that I had a good feeling that I was gonna possibly work with them, but it was something I definitely wanted to go forward with if the opportunity ever appeared. But yeah, no, for sure, it's been a good thing so far, and they're not like Dom was telling me, we're not a one and done. Where a lot of companies like they'll pick you up for a year and they let you go. Like they're all in 100% from now till you retire, type of thing.
Yeah, because let's be honest here, like in the industry of fitness, there's not a lot of companies that it's like, yeah, I would love to be with these people. Like back then, there was Animal. That was the shit.
Exactly.
That kind of changed a little bit, and they stay kind of behind with like, you know, nowadays the social media stuff. So kind of like it's still there, but it's like aside. So now, we're like, what companies are there that are kind of cool?
None.
So I mean, I'm with HD. It's like the same situation as you, coach. Same thing. So I'm always with them anyway, and we're together as a family. And it's like I know this is like we're cool. I can see if I wasn't with them, I'd be like, man, I want to be part of that. So there's not a lot of companies.
Yeah, I'd always sit back and watch what Nick was doing, what Matt was posting, what products were coming. Like, damn, that's awesome, that's badass. And it was always like, maybe one day, hopefully, we'll see, type of thing. So yeah, no, it was cool, man. It's really cool for sure.
Yeah, it's like, who else would imagine me with this like generic brand of like, I use that pixie dust like pre-workout, 1 gram citrulline, like
no. That doesn't work. Like
I wouldn't be able to do that.
The industry has changed so much in the past 10 to 15 years. Bodybuilders, unfortunately, aren't seen as the go-to anymore. It's more so the physique guys and maybe some of the classic guys and some of the girls too. But bodybuilders, man, these companies are going more so mainstream and they're forgetting about, you know, the bodybuilders for the most part. And I get it because bodybuilders they don't have the attainable look or they're not as marketable as say a physique guy, which I understand it's business, right? But I'm very much appreciative of the companies like Raw, like Revive, like HD that actually back 100% the bodybuilding industry because again, at one point in time, it was just bodybuilding.
Yeah, and everything that's come after bodybuilding is spawned for bodybuilding. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, for you guys to forget, it's like forgetting. It's like wanting to forget where you came from. It's like at some point you're gonna and things are cyclical, right? Like things are hot now, they're not hot. Like bodybuilding will have its day in the sun again. It's coming back, as you can see. Like guys like you, guys like Nick Walker, Blessing, all these guys are coming up, and it's just like you see that there's the shift driving towards this new class of guy and these new
yeah.
school guys, right? So it's exciting.
Yeah.
It's a good time for bodybuilding.
Yeah, and I think anyway that all the other classes are like diluted version of bodybuilding, like easier version.
Yeah. Some of these guys are true bodybuilders that I don't know why they're just wanting to do this classic class or physique class. But again, like you were saying, like they're all spawned in bodybuilding. Period.
Yeah. That's cool.
We birthed you. Bodybuilding birthed you.
Bodybuilding is a big daddy of all classes.
Yeah.
Well, I don't mind.
Take
I
credit
don't
for bikini too.
Yeah, exactly. I don't mind the new wellness category though.
Oh, that's an awesome class, right?
That's awesome.
Yeah, awesome class. Yes.
Yes. Jesus.
No, but it is good because it's like, why are we limiting these girls like who have this crazy shape, this crazy muscle? Like, why are we telling them, oh, you're too big, and forcing them to fit into these molds that they don't belong in, right? Like, let them be what they are. It's like when you see a girl who's a true bodybuilder, like you can tell like this girl has the genetics to be a bodybuilder, and you see her like killing herself to get down to figure or killing herself to get to this stuff. It's like, man, just be what you are and be great.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Mike, when's the next time you're gonna do your men's physique show then?
This year coming up. Get ready.
This year
I picked up my board shorts yesterday, so
Nice.
I got them on.
I wonder how they pick the shorts. How do you choose a board short?
You got to go with your eye color. It's got to be eye color matching for sure.
Is it? And did they change over the years? I think now they're showing a little bit more knee than before.
Yeah, it's risky.
They are for sure getting tighter and tighter. I think they're I mean, no, I feel like I look at some of these guys, they're really starting to get smaller, which is, I don't know if they're trying to again show more quad or leg or whatever the case may be. But again, some of these, and if you look at physique from where they started to where it's at now, these guys are huge.
Yeah,
they're
they're massive guys, man.
Yeah.
Like they're structurally big. Like they're not like these little, you know what I mean? Like they're like fucking shoulders are like the fucking, what the hell?
Yeah,
man? Like,
they're not beach body guys. I mean, they would look great on the beach, but they're not like slim beach body guys by any means. Even like Andre, Raymond, George, Chiron. These guys are big dudes, man, for their division.
I mean, off season, people think they're bodybuilders for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. And
Because
if they wanted to, if they put some size on in the right areas, I mean, a lot of these guys can really step up into classic.
Yeah. I hate the excuse that a lot of guys use, like, oh, I just don't want to commit to like that drug use, right? I don't want to push it that far. It's like, buddy, you're fucking committed to begin with. Like, let's get real here. Like, even if you're using mediocre amounts, like look at the fucking size of you. What makes you think you have to use that much more to become that much better? Do you know what I mean? Like,
it's just training, changing your training. That's it.
Well, it's like you have the genetic, it's there, man. Like, I don't understand. Just do be good at what you're good at. Don't force yourself into these molds.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I remember, I don't know if you guys remember, it was when Classic came out, right? It was like 2015, 16, I think it was. So they thought because I was the lightest guy in the 212 that I was going to switch over to Classic because I fit the weight class, could have cap, whatever. And I was like, no, like I'm a diehard bodybuilder, bro. Like that's always been me. Like whether I win Olympia or not, I'm going to go out as a bodybuilder no matter what. So that kind of just stuck with that. So like you were saying, Mike, like these guys need to go two things, go with what their body type should be in, and two, kind of go with what you want to go with. You know, if you want to be a bodybuilder, go be a bodybuilder. No one should limit you to only do classic or only do physique. If you want to be a diehard bodybuilder, take the time off, put the size on. Like look at what's his name? Hambrick. I forget his first name. Wow. This classic guy. He's now working with Matt Jensen. Mm-hmm. The kid was competing at the Olympia in classic. Now the kid's up to 300 plus pounds, getting ready for the open show.
Yeah, well, it's even like Derek, who we were talking about before, like him being 255. It's like, man, like look at the shape of you. Like, look at this fucking shape of you. Why are you dropping that much weight to get to a class that your ass doesn't belong in? Like, no, step on stage with the open guys. So what? You're 235 or 240. Like, the proportions you have and the shape you have, just fucking, you know what I mean? Like, step out there and see what you got. And like, if you,
he would do very well.
Yeah, he could win a promotion.
He'd win. Honestly, if Derek did, I think he can win some of these local shows for sure.
100%. 100%.
Yeah. And there's a bodybuilder Dwayne, the big general, he's competing.
Yeah.
Wasn't he physique, then 212, then open?
So I remember him definitely being 212. I don't remember physique, but he was 212 with us, and he just blew up too.
Yeah, I think I hope I'm not wrong, but I think he did physique before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Brett Wilkins did that. Brett Wilkins, he was classic his first show. Then he was 212. Now he's getting ready for the open.
There you go.
Same thing with Stanimal. Stanimal, same thing.
True. Yeah.
Evolution, man. Evolution.
Yeah. Well exactly.
Don't fight your evolution.
Yeah. That's what it's about. I mean, just getting better every year, improving, and just challenging yourself every year. Yeah. You know, I mean, if it got to the point where say I blew up to like 250, right, and it was hard to make 212, or would I go into the open? Absolutely, I would. Yeah. No question. Yeah.
I mean, show off the work that you've put in. Like, why do I want to strip down and make myself a lesser version of me when I can just show off what I got? Like, I'm 220, cool. I'm 36, cool. Like,
Mike, go with it. The best example of that is yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Yeah.
Yes, I did Chupa. He's a 212.
That's exactly who I was thinking of when I was talking about like Derek and everybody. I'm like,
I think we were all thinking that.
Yeah, it's like, what are you thinking, man? Like,
when I saw this guy in Vancouver, I was there live, right?
Vancouver, yep.
Yeah, like Quentin was competing, and Quentin backstage said, "Who's this guy?" I got a shirt on. Nah, I can take this guy because he's small. People didn't really know him like that much. But when he got on stage, I was like, what is that? That was a different class.
Bro.
It was him and everybody else. And then he got third that same year, I think. So that was crazy.
And it was rumors that he was only 212 at that show.
Yeah. He wasn't a bigger in the open. He just did the open.
And he won.
And he won.
He was massive.
Yeah. That's crazy. So, Derek, get your ass in the open.
Yeah, Derek. He's gonna get this like sent to him all the time. These guys are talking shit. Meanwhile, we're like three of the biggest fans. Like, go for open, man. Go.
Yeah,
I told him, man. Like, I had a conversation with him in Vegas. When did I see him? I saw him actually in Vegas and in Arizona, right? Week to week. I told him the same thing. Like, bro, you should definitely be an open. This is not someone who's scared of you or any of that stuff as a competitor. It's a fan of the sport. Like, I want to see everybody at the best, you know?
Well, Clarida, do the open then.
Yeah.
What's that?
Do the open for fun.
I will.
Yeah. Oh, when is that?
I do plan to do an open show.
Oh, cool. Like, when?
I want to get
Antoine
a few
wants
Olympia.
the news right now.
Let's stop putting that there.
Give us a date. Give us a date.
Let me just say, I'm not leaving 212. I'm staying at a 212. But I would one day like to do an open show just to test myself. And again, to challenge myself. That's what I love.
Yeah.
The best one that for fun you should do is the Arnold Classic.
Nah, that's crazy, bro. That's definitely harder now. Like, let me start locally first and then work my way up, maybe. But no.
That'd be great.
Yeah, jump right in the fire. Don't even get your feet wet. Just jump right in there.
Yeah, that's right. Definitely not getting your feet wet.
Exactly. All right, so
Mike, that's drowning, bro. That's drowning.
Hey, can you swim? Jump in that.
With sharks.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what's the time on here, Mike?
12:55. How long have we been going? 45 minutes.
All right, 45 minutes, Mr. Shaun Clarida. Is it your meal time now?
I feel like we're fucking up his schedule today. I feel bad now.
Yeah.
No,
like when he gets off, he's gonna be like, "Fuck those two guys, man! They fucked my schedule."
No, right before I got on you guys, I just had my Grafton and cupping guy here. He worked on me for about an hour and a half, and so tonight I have a meet and greet tonight at my gym.
Yeah,
we're doing a meet and greet tonight. So today's my off day from training. I just have to obviously just do everything else for the most part today. But I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yeah, well, thanks for tuning in there. Is there anything you want to plug or shout out to?
Oh no! Again, I mean, I had a great year this year. I want to thank my entire team. Obviously, first and foremost, God, my family, my girlfriend Rosangela, Gasp, Mega Fit Meals, Raw Revive, my coaches Matt Jansen, John Meadows, and I don't know if you guys realized this year too. I talked about it a lot, but I worked with Victor Martinez and Kai Green this past year, who I still communicate with today. So Kai really helped me as far as my posing this past Olympia, kind of just getting into my head, tweaking some things for me, make things look a lot bigger, a lot more confident on stage per se. That's one thing you can never be too good at is your posing. You can always critique it and get better. And then obviously training with Victor and his coach, Victor Munoz, this year. And I see them pretty much every day at the gym. They're always talking to me, kind of motivating me, and kind of just, again, like Kai getting into my head and kind of telling me that I can do this, I can be a champion. And obviously having this year kind of motivate me, definitely helped me step it up this year and get it done. So I just want to thank my entire team, all my friends, my family. This is, we got the first title. That's the goal, right? Get the first one. But I don't look backwards. I'm always looking forward. And someone actually made a post that said, "Hey, this guy is training. Like, can I put all my footage on Instagram?" And there was someone like, they said, "You're training like you got last place or something." Like, yeah. In my mind, I'm still chasing a title like I don't have it. So that's my motivation. Like the time, like the medal and the trophy, it's nowhere in my living room. It's downstairs in my basement. So I don't see it ever unless I have to go down there for any particular reason. So in my mind, I'm chasing a title like I don't have it. I'm the underdog in my mind. So that's the goal for sure. 2021, coming bigger, better, improved, and my coaches and I have the game plan set, and we're looking to definitely get title number 2. That's the goal.
And you heard it here first. He's doing the Arnold Classic Open. Everyone, don't forget about that.
And he's
Dropped here first.
Quitting 212. And he's done with 212.
Yeah. Clickbait. Clarida's out of 212.
Yeah. You know what's messed up? So I did an interview with some guy, I forgot his name, Roger something. And it was like 20 questions. We did it on like a podcast like this. Yeah. And the last question he asked me, the very last, like, "Hey, you ever think about doing an open show one day?" And I said the same thing. Yeah, I'd love to do an open show one day. And that was it. The article came out and the title was Clarida switching to the open.
Well, wait till you see what we label this video as.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
Was it Brad? Was it Generation Iron?
No, it was another guy, and I trusted this guy, and man, he threw me into the bus a little bit because again he was looking for clickbait, and I'm like that wasn't the interview, that shouldn't have been the title. I'm not leaving the 212, and but yeah, I can't wait to see what you guys put out.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's gonna be epic.
Yeah, I'm gonna get phone calls like tomorrow from everybody.
No, never.
No, we won't do that. Like Generation Iron. I did an interview with them, and from time to time I see like a clip from them, like Antoine shits on men's physique. I'm like, what? I didn't say that. So don't worry, we won't say that. We'll just say you quit 212.
Yeah. He's done. He's retired. That's what we'll say.
Yeah,
retired. Yeah, exactly.
We'll let everybody take a deep sigh of relief because they think you're gone.
Good luck. Good luck.
Good luck. Yeah. Anyway, so thanks, Shaun Clarida, the giant killer. He's about to take his second win.
Yes,
of the Olympia 212. So better watch out, everybody else, because he's coming. He's the giant killer. Shaun Clarida, straight from Jersey. Let's go. Thanks, guys, for watching. Subscribe to the channel, and see you next time.